Everybody, we're back.
We are back.
The all new, all different, still the same. Ready to start podcast.
Just a little facelift.
Just a little. It's because I'm old and ugly. He's like, dude, you're almost 40. Stop being so ugly. So I said, okay.
Yeah. So we took care of it.
Oh, hey everybody, how's it going tonight? Thank you for joining us. Sorry about the delay. Let's just blame
blame me again because it is my fault.
It's always his fault. And tonight we have a little bit of a controversial topic.
A little extra spice.
Little spice. But before we get into the topics, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the podcast once again. Greatly appreciate it. Now, I do have something to say. We've got some guests finally coming back in the next couple weeks. One's a familiar face, which I will not spoil yet. Another one you guys have never seen before, but there's a chance if you're familiar with Geeks and Gamers, you'll know him as well. If that says anything, there you go. It's a guy. And then I have a couple of other people that I'm talking to, and hopefully they'll get on. We'll have some nice discourse, and then maybe one day, Miami Geeks will be back. You know, Gabe, remember him? Remember that guy?
He's like, he's like the when something is so far yet so close.
Yeah.
He's right there. He's so close yet so far away.
For you, I think he's so far. For me, he's so close. I could reach out and go, wee.
Absolutely.
Kind of like what people are doing in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, let's go right to Baldur's Gate. Now, I know what's kind of going on with Baldur's Gate, but you've been playing it, so.
Well, remember what we're supposed to do before we get into the topics.
What games are we playing?
But I think that leads right into our topics.
Yes, exactly. Literally, I was playing Starfield yesterday.
and I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. I did that on purpose because each of us have our takes on the two games that we're addressing. We're this whole episode is addressing the controversy around Starfield and Baldur's Gate. Neither of them being very family friendly. And if you guys have been on X or Twitter, you have seen, I guarantee you have seen the controversy. Now, this, as you all know, everybody knows who watches this channel and who watches the podcast will maybe slightly just go beep on some political issues when it comes to gaming. But normally we don't dive in head first.
No, because we don't care about that stuff. But unfortunately, it's making its rounds.
It's so big. It's so big. And I've seen other channels that are saying they just can't ignore this. A lot of vanilla channels and websites are like, all right, we're acknowledging it. We know that it's happening. A lot of people aren't giving any opinions one way or the other. Some people are going far wonky with the crazy way. Other ones are pretty based. And well, I think it is what it is.
I think the really crazy stuff and the opinions, half of them are just attention seeking, just trying to have someone make a video clip of them and create problems where problems really don't exist.
Right.
That's why I don't like a lot of streamers.
And what's sad about that is I actually read a couple of articles and seen a couple of videos where a YouTuber, a specific one, I will not name any names, said, no, they just are doing this to get the clicks. They don't believe it. They don't agree with it. They don't align with it, but it gets them clicks.
Yeah, it's an uphill climb, streaming and getting noticed, because I mean, look at the guy. Well, we'll talk about the one streamer on his rant with Starfield, but yeah,
AZ, heels versus babyface.
Is that what he goes by? I don't
The
know.
the bald
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's his.
And
Yeah,
he's going to continue that now. He's getting attention from what he said, and hey, more
he's
power
gotten
to you,
over
man.
30 plus thousand followers on social media from what I heard. I don't remember if it was Twitter and YouTube combined or one or the
Hey,
other.
more power
But
to him.
hey, you know what? It is what it is, and he's aligned with what we call the what they call the fellowship with geeks and gamers, nerdrotic, and all that. And I'm pretty sure you guys can just by using deduction, considering where geeks and gamers adjacent
Yeah.
because of who we've had on the podcast and so on. But it is what it is. And let's say hi to a few people in the chat before we get going because it's time to address them. Hey Cody, how you doing? Graham, good to see you. Thanks, Graham, for that super thanks earlier. I appreciate that. Kevin's in here, and John. Thank you guys. And if there's anybody else that's lurking, I hope you enjoy this. And thank you guys so much for being here at the start. Again, sorry for the late start.
My fault.
Apparently, we weren't so ready to start.
Well, we're halfway
Huh?
there. We were halfway there.
I was ready to start. He was not
Getting
ready
ready to start.
Ah,
I'm here all night,
okay,
folks.
bad jokes. Yeah,
Terrible.
he's only here for another hour. I might fire him. I
It's
don't
a
think I'm
dad
gonna
joke.
fire him. Ooh, I
Guilty.
like the new. You guys like the new animations? You like the new animations? So
We're just going, giving it a little facelift. I like it. I think it
just
looks great.
I actually enjoy everything. And you know what? You know who made all this time? I was the one who made the last stuff. He made this stuff. I
Yeah,
didn't have time. We were talking about it, and we said, "Hey, you know what?" He's like, "I've got all these ideas," and I said, "Hey, go ahead, run with it." So since I didn't have the time, he had the time. We've got all this, and the best part is that new theme. You know who wrote that and composed it and who made it? That guy right there.
ah,
That guy right
shucks.
there.
Ah,
This
shucks.
guy.
You should hear
This
mine.
guy.
I made mine a
Oh,
minute.
that is pretty epic.
I added
Yeah,
I
that
added I added more to that. So a lot more, I think, actually, but I don't want to take
so
away from the awesome theme that I was able to put together for us here.
now, with that being said, right before we decide to get into the controversy and everything, do you want to make the announcement here, or are you going to wait and put out your announcement?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make
Later?
sure everything is set and ready because I need to make some
Okay,
new
okay,
assets first. So
okay.
give it maybe I'll talk about it next week.
Just so now you guys know, he's got a big announcement. Big
Well,
announcement.
big. It's just an addition to what I'm
I
currently
think
doing.
it's a pretty good idea. I think it's a really good idea.
I've been thinking about it all year, so we'll see. I just hope like I said, that things follow through, but
We
not on
have not
Spotify.
put
Ooh, that's
ourselves on
true.
Spotify yet.
I leave
You
that
know
one up
what?
to you,
I keep
Logan.
looking into it and I keep forgetting to continue. The thing is, I have so much on my plate. It's just one more thing, one more thing. I promise I still have all the backups. I still have everything for all the episodes. I can download all the audios and just upload them. So, but I decided, hey, this is where we're going to start. It's like a refresh. We just hit refresh on episode 15, but it's still episode 15. So
It's 15 episodes already. That's wild.
yeah,
It was
isn't that
quick.
great?
Yeah, it's
I,
awesome. I love it.
because I honestly didn't know how long we would take this, and to be at episode 15, yeah, we've gone through some format changes. Yeah, we've gone through some presentation and some people changes and whatnot. And it may not be the last change. We might add new people. We might have new guests. We might, I don't know. I don't know. But right now,
I think
this
we're
is
in a good
it. This is
direction.
what we're doing.
I think we're in a good
It's all.
direction.
It's
Yeah.
always going to be the two of us. Hey, people might come back. They might leave. I don't know. It is what it is. But we will have another guest. I've got a couple of other guests, and we'll see where that goes. But without any further ado, I think all the housekeeping is out of the way. I keep hitting my desk, and the camera shakes because on top of the monitor.
Mm.
Sorry about that. But without any further ado, which one do you want to address first?
I think since we brought up Baldur's.
Baldur's Gate.
Bulgers, Bulgers.
Bulgers. You know what?
Um,
You're not too far off.
let's talk about that. And I want you have more. You know more because you've played the game.
Mhm.
I'm sitting on the sidelines watching, so I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so if you guys have ever played D&D, this game, we're gonna go. Let me rewind a little bit and just say I'm gonna start with the basics of the game. As a video game, it's based in the Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gate timeline, lore, whatever you want to call it. So when you're creating a character and whatnot, when you're starting the game, you pick from any of the characters from D&D. And if I'm not mistaken, it runs with a lot of the fifth edition, uh, from my understanding. But before we get to the character creation, your combat is, think of when you're moving throughout the map, it's a Diablo style. So you
Isometric.
got the bird's eye. Yes,
Yeah.
you got the that bird's eye view look, that isometric, and you're looking down and everything. And then once you get into combat, it's like playing D&D. You have dice roll and stuff like that. You have initiative. You have to roll for perception on certain things. And the game visually stunning. One of the best games visually. Now, I'm playing it on the PlayStation 5. And if you guys aren't familiar, the PlayStation 5 on the first few days was a buggy mess, but not in the gameplay. HDR was an extreme problem. One of my buddies, he sent me the photo. It just wonked out the entire screen. He couldn't see images. Things were all across the screen. They were distorted and whatnot. And then he had to look it up. Apparently, he had to turn off HDR completely.
It's not worth it, anyways, in my personal opinion. HDRI is.
Well, I use HDR10 and I have it on mine, and it looks fine. Now it's funny because when I booted mine up, the HDR worked just fine. But I had the other big issue, audio. It just cut dead after the first boss fight. It just cut dead. And then I couldn't tell what was happening, couldn't hear anything. Subtitles were on, didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I have no clue what's going on. So I had to save it and then quit the game and everything and come back. Apparently, those two are the big known issues for the PlayStation. I haven't seen any bug fixes or updates, but from my understanding, there was. I don't know if it was a background download, but I haven't seen any issues. Everybody else I know has not had any problems gameplay wise. Now, I bought the expensive version, the deluxe,
What came with that?
because crap if I know.
Let me look.
I just bought it because I wanted to play it early with my friends. And then lo and behold, I got so busy, none of it, we still haven't played together yet. But all of us are on different campaigns.
The digital deluxe edition?
Yeah, considering there's no physical.
There's a. See what the collect. Are you sure? Oh, well,
Yep.
there's a collector's that looks pretty nice, actually, but you don't get a physical copy of the game?
From my understanding, there's no physical yet. No disc-based game.
Oh, wow. It's on pre order. Collector's edition's on pre order. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It actually looks really good, dude. But
So, once you get into the gameplay, there's a lot of character decisions. And the one thing that bothered me the most about the character decisions is they don't really feel like they align with the character you created. Now we're going to get in one of the things that bothers me the most. When you start up the game, and this is what people are talking about. This is the big drama, the big hullabaloo, the big woke issue, per se. You create your character. You create a character. Your base character, the default character in this game is female. No matter what, it's female. And then secondary and tertiary, you can always turn to a male. No matter which one you pick, it starts as female. Whatever, is what it is, right? Can't do anything about that. It's whoever made it decided to make all the main, most powerful characters women. Whatever, is what it is. Now, what bothers me the most, as soon as you start the game, when you go to create your character, it says, there's sex in this game. Do you want to turn it on or off? I'm like,
let's turn it on. Oh.
But what?
I think
Okay,
okay.
if that's the first thing you see as soon as you hit start, that's already raises a red flag.
What's the
The game
age?
should be adults only. It's rated M for mature.
M for
Think
mature.
about
Okay.
think about remember when GTA San Andreas had that hot coffee mod? Because the game could be modded on PS2 but couldn't be accessed, they made it go to adults only at stores. I was working at GameStop at the time. They made us stick all those adults only stickers and pull them all off the floor, and we had them kept behind the counter for something that could not be accessed in the game without hacking it.
Mm.
But this one straight up, hey, sex, all up in your face. I'm like, I've never played a campaign of D&D where the first thing is, okay, everybody, this whole thing's going to be about sex, just so you know.
Kind of sets a
So
yeah. It sets a weird
it's a video
direction
game, man.
right off of the
It's
game. Mm-hmm.
right, and the fact that it's the first thing kind of is odd to me. And why am I not seeing any of the chat pop up over here? Are you having problems with the chat?
I'm seeing
I'm not
I'm
seeing any
seeing
of the
what Cody
chat.
says. Cody said ratings don't matter anymore with the internet. They really don't. And here's the thing: did they?
And it's digital. Any kid can just go, all right, I'm going to buy it digital.
Test
There's no
Graham, I see
one.
you. See Graham in
See, I'm
there.
not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's going really slow on my end.
But
Really slow.
here, like, okay, I'm playing devil's advocate here. So on the one end, you at least have. I'm getting feedback. I don't know if it's from
I'm not hearing anything.
anything on my end. Sorry. So one, okay, you have to say, well, they had a warning, right?
Right.
So it's like, do you want to turn this on and off? How did they state that warning? Did they say like this
It's
game
just a blip on the screen.
says
Just a blip on the screen.
this game contains sex? Is that what it said?
Yes. Do
Mm,
you want to turn it off?
um, I
So
wonder if
that means,
there could have
with
been a
that being
different way to say
said,
that.
doesn't matter. With that being said, if you can turn it off, it has no purpose. So
True.
why is it there? To to placate weirdos who get off from these things. This really bothers me. Again, anybody who follows the channel knows I'm a Christian man. And you know, when I'm playing a video game, I want to escape from reality. I don't want it rubbed in my face saying, "Hey, look, this is," and it's bothersome. So, with that being said, I was like, I was like, all right, I'm going to turn it off. But for review's sake, I went because I know I'm going to have to make an opinionated review on this. I clicked continue. So that bothered me right away. Then once I started creating my character, it 7 different ways to ask you your sex and your gender. I'm like, okay, whatever, and you pass it and you pass it, and then you can randomize your character, but it looks like a mess. And it's funny that I thought that, and then I watched the video I sent from Timcast. He covered it, and yeah, it doesn't even look like anything somewhat humanish, humanoid, or even a character that you would create in any kind of video game. I'll give you the fact that you could just create anything you want, the wonkiest, weirdest looking thing. But I was like, all right, pass it, pass it. Everything is, you have to dig into the menu just to make a character, like really dig into the menu to make a character that's
Mm.
looks somewhat like me. I didn't make a character that looks like me. I don't always care about that. I created one that resembles my most current D&D campaign. I'm a Dragonborn barbarian. Problem is, the guy's really scrawny. They give you 2 body types for each male and female, and a whatever. Um, and my barbarian is very tiny,
Hmm.
so it's really weird. So I was like, all right, this character creator is just very odd. It irks me, but whatever. Just keep going. Then I get to the end, and then it asks you your gender again. I'm like, why? And then it goes, do you want to play as naked or with your clothes on? I'm like, what? There's a little
That's
slider that you can be completely naked all the time or have your clothes on. And then you can change your junk.
I Is this has this always been a thing for Baldur's Gate?
Never. I've played all the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I played the Icewind Dale. I don't remember anything like this.
Hmm.
And from my understanding, they're doing this because Twitter,
Yeah.
not X,
Well,
because the old Twitter people. And I'm like, it's hard to get past this. And yeah, you know what? A lot of people say they just don't play the game. My problem is I didn't know, and no one told us any of this stuff when we pre-ordered it. Especially when you have a lot of people who've been playing D&D for a very long time. So the fact that I saw this, it just irked me, and I went past it, and I was like, why? What is the point? You're now on the cusp of this game becoming adult content, prawn, if you
it's
will.
it sounds like they made it like hyper-actual. It took the S out.
Yes,
I
yes.
um and
I. What's the purpose? I don't understand. And then if they give you that glip, that little blip that says you can take it out, what's the purpose besides weirdos getting their rocks off?
it just seems like one of those things that people there's a lot of people, man. I know listen, there's a lot of people. It's a $1 billion industry, right? Video games is a $1 billion industry, so you're going to get people of all walks of earth, and you're going to get a subset of people that are really into that type of stuff. Like I'll be totally honest with you. I'm on like I don't feel like that game necessarily needs all that stuff, to be completely honest.
It does,
I think it's a little overboard if you ask me.
if
However,
if they give you the option of turning it off, that tells you 100% you can play the game and it is not necessary.
yeah, me
They
personally,
did it
I would keep
to
it on.
appeal to an oddball audience.
Yeah, I'm not one of those like freaks that is like, oh yeah, give me some video game prawn. Like I'm really honestly, I'm really not into it.
No,
I will admit when Mass Effect was the first game where you could like romanticize or romance characters. I'll
it was
admit,
light.
you know what, that cracked me up. I thought it was hilarious. Um,
It was.
you know,
It had no bearing on the story
it had no
whatsoever,
bearing on the
except for
story.
a
What's
little at the end,
I was gonna say, kind of, sort of, but like
depending on the chick that you were with.
it cracked me up. I was entertained, but I wasn't like I didn't. It wasn't my purpose in the game. I did not care about it. It was just a fun little aspect to have.
So I'm gonna address some of these questions now.
Yes.
Cody asks, "How hot were the girls?" Most of them are ugly. Most of them, and that's what bothers me. It's like the characters are very ugly. They're really weird in the face. But like for example, my Dragonborn, the detail in his scales and everything is fantastic. But
I saw your
they're
character looks
not really,
awesome, dude.
yeah, they're
Or
not
yeah.
really pretty people. But you can edit and do all kinds of weird face morphing and hey, well whatever. You can do that. But it has no bearing on the game. Now, another thing is a lot of the characters don't fit the character. For example, I have a barbarian dragonborn. I should be big and monstrous and be able to just wreck. There's this one little wimpy wussy blonde white-haired guy, the one that's on the cover of most of the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm getting chat errors. Sorry, I'm getting chat errors over here. Sorry to interrupt. I'm okay. But there's one little wimpy guy. He takes me down and holds a knife to my throat, and the only reason he stopped is because the girl told him to.
Isn't that guy a
I'm
druid?
like, I don't know.
Supposed to
I
be a
don't know what
druid,
he
right?
was. All I know is he's a wimp, and I'm like twice his size, and I'm like, oh, dude. And I'm like, that's not what I would have responded with. They don't give me any options to respond with. Look at my character, just barbarian, dragonborn. He shouldn't be afraid of anything, and that knife should not even bother with the scales.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just there are interactions, and there's a lot of weird voices per se. Like I'm a dragonborn. Why do I talk like this? And that is the best voice that was for it. It was
Really?
weird. And I'm like, there's nothing like this or anything like that that would sound
Like Rex.
dragony.
I would think like if I would think your character
Right.
would sound like Rex from Mass Effect.
Nothing. No, it just sounds like a British guy. Weird.
Mm.
So
That
there
kind of I
are.
feel like that takes even like in movies because I was watching the D&D movie. I had to
Uh-huh.
stop. It's terrible. I'm sorry. I watched 50 minutes or 60 minutes of it.
And this is what we're getting to.
But yeah, the voices and characters for games and movies can ruin a lot of things. And I like
Right.
what Graham brought up. I don't think that's a
So
hot take at all.
it isn't. It isn't.
That's not
It's honesty.
if somebody thinks that's a hot take, boy oh boy, start working in the real world. Like interact with people
What,
outside
what is
of Twitter.
what is that term that Twitter likes to use, but they never live by it? Touch grass.
Touch grass.
Oh, John's back. He missed some stuff. So the character just doesn't feel right. And then when I'm in combat, he'll yell certain things with that voice, and I'm like, oh. And I don't think the character creation is right. I think they could have fixed it. They could have made it better. And again, all that stuff, that adult content, this should be an AO 21 and up, honestly. Because there is one point when I was creating my character, there was a dragon thingy, a scaly dragon thingy.
A dragon licorice.
Yeah, we'll call it that. And I went,
Interesting. I actually would like to see
why?
that. Like
Okay,
how would you do that? Like how
but you
just
know what?
out of the creative sense of like of of the design, like how would that even look?
But you know what was the funny thing?
Hmm.
And you remember when I told you, when I texted you and I said, I was like, all right, why didn't they, if they're gonna go full weirdo, go full all the way? Why couldn't they adjust the size of it? Why couldn't I have like a 37-inch one?
Oh man, you'd be
Why
walking
is it like,
around that thing would be paying rent, dude.
dude? I have a tail. Why
Hmm.
can't I have one hanging on both sides?
Yeah. Rock and roll, dude. More
Not
power to
fair.
you. Use it as a
Not fair.
weapon. Special.
It's scaly and swing them both. Okay, I'm not going any further with that.
That's a
So
game I would play.
we're family friendly here. That is not, sir.
Oh
That is not.
man.
See, we've lost about 100 viewers. No, we haven't. But let's see. You're not going to like this, but as someone who is disabled and can't drive himself from to get a gallon of milk, and the paycheck is coming $100 a week, dating and meeting real people is very hard. Um, I understand.
That I think
I
we're not. I don't think
There's
we're
nothing wrong
going
with
to.
that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not.
Yeah,
We're not going like that's completely different. And I
yeah.
understand
That's
that.
in a
So
that's in a completely different ballpark.
yeah, yeah. I'm.
So, yeah,
I'm just. What
that's
I was just saying is, there are people that choose to ignore the real world, and how like what's the best way I could put this? How there's things going on outside of what you see on here on your phone
right.
and what's on the computer. There's a whole it's called the world and it's outside and there's a lot of
And
things.
yes, we do understand that there are some people who can't interact as much, and that's what they use. Uh, for example, podcasts like this and live streaming
Yeah.
to interact with people, and that is completely understandable. But that is not the topic we're talking about. We're talking about people that think Twitter slash X is the real world, and
Mhm.
it isn't. And these developers, whether it be, well, now it's Larian and Bethesda, they don't they're not really in touch with the real world, with the actual consumer, with what the real the normies are into.
Which to be honest, like especially like when you work outside, like yeah, you want to be a freak, get your freak on, man. Do whatever you want, but there are like the normal people exist outside and
Right.
you see that the world is full of actual normal people instead of this echo chamber of trash, which is all you tend to see on X,
So
unfortunately.
it is what it is, but I don't want to do any story spoilers because the game is not a bad game.
I was just gonna ask. So
You
in
just have to
general,
look past all the smut, and that's sad. You shouldn't have to worry about smut in a video game, especially D&D. Like I currently have a campaign with some friends. I'm really enjoying it. There's no smut. You don't
mhm.
need smut in D&D, and you don't need it in this. And it, it went from nobody talking about it to everybody talking about it. And I think that's what started. Starfield did it, and now people are now looking back at Baldur's Gate and going, "Hey, people, this is worse."
This sounds way worse. What
Yeah.
Starfield did was it was like an eye roll, and I moved on.
So now it do before we get into what happened with Heels versus Babyface and all these other people talking about Starfield, since you've already played it, I
Hmm.
have not played it yet because I've been playing Baldur's Gate. You can't play two RPGs at the same
No,
time.
you just can't. You
You
just
just can't.
cannot. You can't. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose one or the. It's either one or the other. Finish it and go and get
Right.
because you can't go on these journeys. Some people can, and if you can, I commend you. I used to be able to do that. I used to play 3, 4 games at once, and I'd flip flop, and I was able to. But
I could never play RPG. Like I'm currently playing Exo Primal, which is just a shooter, and it's multiplayer shooter,
yeah, so
and playing
you could jump into
Baldur's
Baldur's.
Gate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
So I and this is another thing. I was playing this, and once Nick said he is playing Starfield, I was like, what better way to address this topic than this way? Since we both have experience and we can both address this. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to you and start talking about Starfield, and then at the end of it, we'll talk about
yeah,
the controversy surrounding both and the other YouTubers.
I'm I'm actually really enjoying the game so far, and I'm still early on, and I'm only a couple hours into the game. I'm like still learning how to do the controls and everything.
I can see
It's,
that.
what did he say? The only there. That's
Easy
easier.
with destination arrows. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. The destination arrows help, but um, I'm enjoying the game. I spent way too long creating a character with my gal pal Rara helping me out. If she watches this, shout out to Rarasaurus. And boy, it does not look like me. And
Did you try to make it look like you?
I did.
You
I
see
did.
how much I tried to make my character in Baldur's Gate look just like me,
You looks
red and
just
everything.
he looks just like you. But yeah, I should have had a little bit more fun with it.
Mhm.
I will say this though. Um, I really do enjoy playing as female characters, particularly in games like the isometric games. So
Right.
in like Diablo 4, my
You
main.
just want to be able to see down their shirts.
That's true too. No, but my main is I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but um, my main is a rogue, and she's awesome. So I do, and some of my favorite characters in games are women: Laura Croft, uh, Jill Valentine. So, anyways, but I just wanted to play this game, space game, as hey, this is Space Nick. Um, couldn't get him to look like me, but at the end, or was it the beginning? As you go through the slots of like your tabs of what you can do to your face and your body type and
Hmm.
whatever, and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, all it was is when you finalized it, it goes, what, choose a pronoun, and it was already on he him, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, okay. And I tried, I put my character name in there and I press enter. Um, and that was it. Like that's it. I like I understand. I think what the problem is a lot of people are just really tired of this new system of self-identification, and I could understand. And here's, I think, the best way when people get offended by not being recognized by pronouns. Imagine if you were out at a bar, okay, and you're talking to some man or some woman, and they kept calling you like, "Oh, this girl over here." Or like, look at what she said. Well, she said this, and like, and they kept referring to you as in misgendering you, right? I'll be honest. I'd be like, you gotta stop. Like, I'm a man. I'm a male. You know, like, so don't be calling me a woman, please, or whatever. However, I would say that I'm just doing it very brushed lightly. So if you put it in that aspect, I guess you can understand why some people get angry about pronouns. Now, when you want to be a clown and you need to be referred to in clown pronouns or cat
But
pronouns,
remember, most people don't refer to you as when they're talking to you. They say you or your name. They never refer to you as hey he. They don't refer to you as a pronoun. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
They usually
but
refer to someone with a pronoun when they're not around.
yes,
So
that's true.
it makes no sense.
Dude,
Like zero sense.
I've been streaming long enough to, I mostly refer to anybody who jumps into my stream as a they, like without even thinking about it. Like, I don't care. And I'll be in, excuse me, sorry. To be quite honest, man, fine. If somebody wants to be called whatever their pronouns are, if I'm referring to them, that's fine. It's not going to ruin my day. But I think people now are like, because the media and everything's constantly, anything, any topic, anything that constantly gets shoved down your throat is going to piss people off. I just think about GameStop, ma'am, or Ezra Miller, who lost their pronoun cards.
Oh, the
Oh
internet's
man.
full of funny videos.
But
So with that being said, I understand, but then you look at the people that are just like they want that to be normal place, and it shouldn't be because it starts at the. Let me go back to something that Graham said, and it is 110%, 110%,
Tough sake, but
because
all that stuff
it's
contribute to
really
what our
trying
culture and
to
morals. Yeah.
erode normalcy, erode the culture, erode, you know, society
Well, here's what's
because you don't need that.
well. Notice like in
You're born a male or a female. Hot take, biology, hot take. Sorry,
yeah,
hot take. Don't
or
cancel me for stating biology.
and what will always continue is the sex and violence is constantly, but it's so
Right.
hypertized. I think I just made up a word. Like it's so on a
Hyperized.
I made up a word, okay? There's so
Okay.
much of it now in our society, and we can get it in an instant on our phone. And notice in other countries, I don't know how they have adapted to this, but they are not nearly as violent or bring out violent like games get toned down for other countries and things like that just to pass their
Especially Australia.
yeah, Australia
Uh,
is really big
I
on that.
remember Left 4 Dead
Yeah,
got
just no
nerfed, like
no
ultra
just
nerfed.
yeah, it didn't even look fun. But
Yeah.
so we're so normalized on this hyper sex and hyper violent society here in the United States that well now this has become the norm and it's just going to be
Well, they're trying to make it become a norm.
yeah.
And then there's those of us, in reality, who are pushing back on it because we don't think that hyperized or hyperlized. What did the word you used?
Hypertized.
Hypertized sex should be a norm. Nobody, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. And again,
I don't
I'm
think it
sorry
should.
for everybody that has just come in here, or if you're watching this after the stream. That's not my bag, again, and I'm going back to something else Graham said, which he's made some great points here. I'm a Christian man, and I have no problem saying it. I'll put it out there. It's on my social media. It's first and foremost, it's who I am. And that's a hot take these days. That's enough to get you canceled. And I'm not a big fan of people who are like, hey, you do your thing. Just don't chastise me for being who I am. If you want me to respect you, you respect me, and people don't.
Well,
So it is what it is.
it's like almost like I really do I do like this country a lot, minus the really bad politics on both sides, and some evil things that are going on that are out of my control, out of our control. But I really do love this country. I think this is a great country, and I
So do
just
I.
yeah I would like when I bought this house, I had a little mount to put a flag. I would love to hang an American flag, but if I hang the American flag up, like there is, I've that people assume that you are like on a certain side.
An
You can't.
historphobe.
I can't just love. I just
Yeah,
can't just be thankful that I live in a free country and rock my
yeah,
flag. Like no, people are then to have
yeah.
opinions.
That's another thing. But before I even thought about, I had no clue about politics growing up. I just love those stars and stripes. My Almost everybody in my family fought. I had members of my family die for that flag.
My
And for
my
people to tell
grandfather was
me
in World War
I'm a
II.
certain way because of that, my grandfather was in Korea. He fought in Korea.
Wow.
I have He has three brothers that fought in World War II, and one died on Normandy. So if
Oh
anybody
wow.
tells me, you know, I'm something because I wave that flag and I represent that flag, you can go somewhere. I'm going to leave it at that because it wouldn't be Christian to say anything else.
No, I got you, man.
So,
But
and
again, it's the echo
it's very
chamber.
close to me. Yeah.
We're on social media all the time, so we see all the negative stuff and all the weird things going on, and
And
you see the echo chambers that develop. Little
if I didn't have to be, I would not.
yeah.
If
Oh,
I
trust me.
wasn't, if I
I
didn't
didn't,
jump into this YouTube world, and if I didn't have to get into the communities and the networks, and even if you try to get into gaming communities that have nothing to do with this stuff, it invades,
yes, but
whether you wanted to or not. Like we should not have to be talking about this. We should not have to be addressing this,
I feel
but
though.
it's what everybody's talking about. And I'm seeing comments and I'm seeing stuff. I'm like, fine, we'll address it. One podcast, it's done. We won't come back to
No,
this.
we're not going to come back to this.
The next episode, especially with what's going on, where there's a lot of stuff coming out, we're going to be talking about Nintendo. I can guarantee
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah. I love Nintendo. Terrible company. You've heard me say this, but
See, I love me some
Dude,
Nintendo.
I love I give me the Nintendo Kool-Aid all day, dude. Am I
Yeah.
getting the new Mario? Absolutely.
Am I getting the new Red Mario OLED?
Yeah, you
My
are.
wife said she's getting it for me for my birthday.
There you go. We're going on a side quest here, though. But
Yeah, we still got about another 15 to 20 minutes before we hit the actual side quest.
Going back to here's the thing. Also, they're doing it on purpose. They want shock value. They know what they're doing. They know when they put stuff like this, the hyper sexualized stuff and the pronoun things, which, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. I just ignore it and I move on. Like, I have way bigger problems in my
You
life.
sh- True, but if we keep ignoring it, it's only going to get worse. It's going to embolden them. And that's
It's
why
a way
there
to
are
get.
a lot of people out there that's fighting it on the front line. We're not necessarily front line combatants or whatever you want to call it, combatants. We're just say, hey, you know what? Keep that stuff over there.
Well, I will
That's pretty
say
much what we're doing.
what I will say sent out a bad message, and I guess the Baldur's Gate community really got a kick out of it was the druid, and when the druid turned into a bear, and now I was like, somebody was telling me, I made a video about this, and someone's saying my opinion is a reach. I go, listen, I know it's a druid. I know it's a druid that turned into a bear. I know that they're two druids. But the fact is the message you're sending out, the imagery of
Right.
a druid with a human body and somebody
You,
that's in a bear. Like
they were trying to
there's not a
justify
reach.
saying
There's not
you
a
don't
reach.
have to see it. They're like, you could kill him early on and you'll never see it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. You know what? That guy, he tried to join my party twice in one conversation. I'm like, no, no, go away. No, go away. No, go
Mm,
away. And then I'm like, all right, if you don't stop, I'm going to kill you
mm-hmm.
because I don't know when you
Was it in
can.
it was in the dialogue
Yeah,
sections? Okay.
yeah. So I'm like, no, just go on. So right now I've managed to keep it. So out of the main party members that you're supposed to have, I only have myself and one character,
How many
Storm Shadow.
how many party member options do you have? You have quite a bit, don't you?
You can have up to four characters altogether,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's a number of characters I've come across. One, two, three, four story characters so far. I'm not sure if the other one's the fifth because it looks like someone on the box, but I don't know because I haven't spoken to them. But as of right now, I don't like any of the characters, but the one chick that I rescued right at the beginning, and she's been very grateful. So I'm like, okay, you're pretty nice. I like you.
What's
You're
her
nice.
abilities? What's her skill set?
Um, I can't remember what her class is, but I want to say she might be a ranger
Okay.
because she has no. You know what? She's a cleric of some sort because she's got the firebolt.
Okay.
So I'm brain farting on her class. I haven't looked at it in the menu, but she's been a nice character. She has this weird. It looks like a D20 that she won't tell me what it is. As soon as I broke in her pod that she was in, I broke her out of it because as a barbarian, I had the strength to just break it.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you have to go on a little thing, look for a key, blah blah blah. But I'm big enough, big boy, and I just pulled it off and saved her. And then we were about to leave, and she goes, "Hold on, I forgot something." And goes grab this thing that looks like a D20, like a big D20, and I still don't know what that is, and that's a point of contention in our relationship as of. So I don't know what it is, but
How many
apparently
hours do
we're
you
all
have in the
working
game?
on it.
Would you say?
5.
Not bad. Okay. I'd imagine that's
So
when the game opens up. I'm really enjoying Starfield as it is right now, and just the
how many
way
hours do you have in Starfield?
2 or 3, dude.
Okay, so you've just scratched the surface.
I don't even
From
think
what
I've
I
really
heard,
scratched the surface, man.
from what I've heard, it's been pretty much unanimous that not until about the 10-hour mark, the game's pretty pish for the first 10 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then it becomes an actual decent playing game
Because I
after
want,
that
yeah,
10-hour point.
because there's like space pirates and stuff, and I know I had an option to like just wipe out one of these space pirates at a station early on in the game. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna see if I can't do like join an alliance or something and try to be a complete POS in the game. That's my motto.
Right.
Like when I was playing Mass Effect, I was the biggest POS in the
Hate to
star system.
interrupt, but how long ago have you seen this chat? I don't know what's going on with my chat. I'm really far behind on these. I'm looking at it here, and I'm just now seeing stuff come in. Are
Uh,
I'm sorry, I
so
don't mean to be ignoring
no, 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 no.
anybody.
Let's yeah,
I'm
let's
having
get
chat
to
issues.
the chat now. Cody says, because last you
How
posted
far back?
was ma'am or as, but there's only a few chats in here, and we'll go through them right now, guys. Cody goes, my friend is transitioning from male to female. I respect her, but if she destroys a Walmart or GameStop, she is dead. Dead is. Oh, there you go. So, yeah, man.
Dun dun dun.
I don't like that type of stuff. Fine, like go ahead. I don't care. Go do it. More power to you. If this is what you want to do, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care about any of that stuff. It doesn't bother me. I just want people to be happy and treat people well. They have a big presence on Facebook in the upstate NY history scene, but it even invaded that space. Of course, toxicity, man.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends on Facebook at one point, and then um, they were posting stuff, and I'm like, oh come on, guys, really, really? It was just getting to the point. I'm like, all right, you know what? I either deleted them or just hid them.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't want to do this. Now the majority of my Facebook is church stuff and makes me happy when I log in. Or cat memes. I'm sorry, I love cat memes.
Oh, I know you do. You send them. They're hilarious. They're actually pretty funny.
Cat reels. I would say a good 50% of my Instagram reels that come through are cat videos, cat memes because they're fun, and then the other ones are a lot of jokes and ask him about all the jokes that I get. They're just really funny.
I try
So
to send you
those are
some.
my favorite
I
ones.
try to send you some funny ones when I run into them.
I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta stop because I realize I just sent them like 15.
Well, what's great is I just don't have notifications on, so
Yeah, I had to do that because I'm guilty of doing that to you, but I also have like three other people that are guilty of doing
Well,
that to
well,
me.
I just don't.
So,
I hate getting notifications from social media. I'll go on
so
there
do
when
I.
I feel like going on there. You know, so
And by the way, have you guys tried these? The monster, the hard monster.
no,
The
that
green one is
sounds
the.
really. It's peach. That sounds delicious.
This one's good. The green one was so bad after just a couple of sips, I poured it out. It was so bad.
I
This
like
one's actually pretty
I
good.
like regular Monster, man. That stuff works.
It doesn't taste like that. Didn't taste like Monster. It tasted terrible. I
Mm.
was like, I'm trying because I spent the money on it and I wanted to try it. And I was like, I can't. I thought it's something so bad. You're just like, I'm done. Sorry.
So let's see what else we have here.
What do we?
The
What's Cody saying about the Koof?
made Twitter
I
years
made
ago to follow Power Rangers YouTubers, but they lost it in 2016 and COVID made them crazier. I now regret having a Twitter because of that, aside from the adult content. Here's the thing with my Twitter. Um, I keep getting fed stuff on my feed from people I don't even follow.
So have I,
I'm like,
because
dude, I
they
follow all
mine
these
are
people. It's all
sometimes in the
gaming.
sphere of
Yeah.
people that I follow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's all like gaming stuff. I follow these people because I want to see them. But what ends up happening is if I there's stuff for just morbid curiosity of stuff of like people robbing people and then f around and find out type videos.
Yep.
That's what I keep I'm getting fed more of those rather than like content like if I from when I see your stuff or if I see Miami Geeks or RGT stuff. Like finally, like I'm realizing that that you really have to change your algorithm. You have to start. You got to really interact and stuff. Like who do I follow? Viz. I TSM Viz. Really like the guy. I'm
Hmm.
starting to finally see his stuff show up on my feed again. You know, he's an Apex Legends player. He just started another second channel. He seems like a really cool guy. And I'm just like,
That's like
finally,
me and
thank God, I could finally see
um,
stuff that I want to see.
Roberto Blake. I don't know if you're familiar with Roberto Blake. He's like a YouTuber's YouTuber. He creates content to help out channels and how to learn the algorithm and grow and stuff like that. And
Oh, there's an
he's
awesome guy
really
I
helpful.
follow for that stuff, but not that
Well,
guy.
okay, he actually responds to me, and I'll ask him something, and he helped out Miami Geeks quite a bit. They had a whole conversation, and it took me forever to see his stuff. And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to make sure I interact with him as much as possible because I really enjoy his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me forever, but now I'm seeing it. Same thing with what do you call it? Clownfish TV, because I really like Neon. I like his he worked in the comic book industry and stuff like that. And I like him, and now I finally see more of his stuff. So
Mm.
I've gotten to the point where I have to interact with them more than I normally would in
Yeah.
order to see their stuff.
But it just seems like the
So
stuff really quickly here. Shout out to Dave.
oh, thank you, Dave. I was going to donate to Click to Enlarge, but he doesn't
Yeah,
have super chats.
I'm flattered. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I do, and again, you don't have to.
Yes, you are correct about energy drinks. I know.
I
I know. They're
I
terrible.
drink those sparingly, but yeah, I can't. I don't have enough viewer hours on my YouTube channel. Shameless plug at Click to Enlarge to have monetization on the channel, which is my goal. Hopefully this year, so I could start. But I do in all my videos. If anyone does feel so inclined to send a donation, there is a donation link in all my videos. If you feel so compelled to buy me some coffee. And since I am dual streaming this, no pun intended, yes, it is my real last name. Those donations show up live on my feed when somebody does that. But you don't have to. But it's there if people feel obligated.
Do me a favor. My chat keeps crashing. I'm looking at I'm watching the chat on my phone because I still haven't charged my Surface over here, and that's what I normally would watch my chat on. But it keeps crashing.
John
What is
says
the last? What is the last chat that's come through that you can see, Nick?
it's Cody. Speaking of Clownfish TV, they just made
Okay,
a
then
dismal
it did catch back
does
up. Okay,
does of a Disney
it
T-shirt.
is a dismal dose of Disney.
Dismal. Oh,
That's
dismal
funny.
dose. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it is funny because they have a thing called dismal dose of Disney, and I
I
was
have to
like,
watch more of those guys. I do.
Well, I like him because it's more pop culture stuff in terms of comic books and Disney, especially because you guys know stuff like that. They talk about theme parks. They talk about, yeah, like I said, comic books. They do talk about video games and Masters of the Universe and stuff like that. And I do like that stuff, and I like to see the unbiased opinion from people who used to work in the comics industry, used to work for Disney and these companies like that, and it's pretty interesting. But I also like to watch a lot of those channels that actually are like Poseidon Entertainment that do uh, mini docs, but with an opinionated twist on them and stuff like
Mm.
that. I do like to watch those.
I want to
So
read John's
this one,
comment. Yeah, only 9 hours of Starfield gameplay, looking great on PC. No Xbox, running better on PC. Yeah, so I'm running it on PC and it looks really good. I just might this Starfield is the first game that's starting to show the age of my GPU, and I love you. Yes, I talk to my GPU sometimes. My graphics, I'm running a 2070 Super, and I need to start getting into the mid-range 3000 series GPUs because I'm only hitting like around 40 frames per second.
what do I have, a 3070 Ti or something like
Yeah,
that?
you do. That's a better card than mine.
Yeah, I wanted to get. They didn't have the one, and nowhere had it. Apparently, there was a model with the same computer, same everything, except it had a 4070.
Yeah, that's a good card.
But they were telling me that the 3070 Ti is pretty much the same.
They were saying that. I'm gonna have to check the benchmarks on that. But
No, it's like here's the 3070 Ti, here's the 4070.
mm. So
Where
what?
like
Yeah,
the 4080 is like poof.
the
Yeah.
4080 is the big boy. The 4080, or is it the 49? Hang on. It might be. We're already kind of going into the side quest section of the stream. So
I think we should. So everybody, we are now veering to the fun part. So all the drama, all the nonsense, all the crazy, all the insanity, all the politics, it's gone. We're done. We're done. Now, my favorite part, we're on our side quest and we are going to take questions from you guys. You know this is our favorite part because we already just hit we're a little under an hour. Usually we do it after we hit that hour mark, but it'll give us a little more of the side quest. We'll get 20 minutes or so into that. Now, okay. You guys slow down, slow down. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. First we'll go. Hey Nick, you ever do the unboxing
I
video?
did. Okay.
Did you?
I did. I shot the footage. It's chopped up. There's
Like a week ago.
I know. I've been so bad. Okay, guys. I've been no excuses. I could do so many excuses. I'll just say that it's like 80% done. And tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna really focus. I got sidetracked because I did the facelift and everything for the stream. I wrote some music and stuff, and then I started writing music for some projects that I'm working on. So yes,
I can't wait for that future project.
So yeah,
I'm actually
I'm optimistic, but we'll see.
Collaborate with you on that.
Yeah, but I got sidetracked, and I just didn't. I have to prioritize. So I will get it up, and it was a lot of fun goodies. I have to say I'm very thankful that Red Bandana sent me the care package that he did. A lot of cool, fun things in there. Greatly appreciated as well.
Oh, and if you guys are wondering, yes, I am going to make. Please do me a favor. Do me this big favor. If any of you guys decide to buy t-shirts, I am going to put up the new logo for the Ready to Start podcast on t-shirts. They will be in the bar down below. If you do decide to buy them, take a picture, tag us, and we will feature you in a podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We will show you that photo of you in the podcast. Unless you don't want to blur, you can blur out your face if you want.
You can blur out your face. We got to respect the privacy. Yeah, just or put like your favorite character's face over your face or something. Be creative with it. Get creative.
Okay, so let's keep going. John has a 3080 Ti. It's better than yours, Nick.
It,
Okay.
yes, thank you for rubbing it in.
Okay, Cody. No Nintendo talk. We didn't put it in the title because we knew how long this conversation will go. Two, I put that video out today. So the reason why I didn't address it here is because I didn't want to take away from that video. So if you guys want to see all my thoughts and stuff on the Nintendo Switch leak, go check out that video, please. Just comment on it there. You guys know what to do. Share it. I know Cody already watched it, but that is why. That's why we're not talking about it. But next week, we will have a fresh batch of information we know, and then we're going to address that and more next week. So that is why we didn't do that. And here we go. Internet Explorer's GOAT.
Are you an Android user too,
John
John?
agrees.
John, do you use Android phones as well? You one of those
He
guys?
used to. He switched. He switched.
iPhone. Okay, you have totally redeemed yourself.
You're brainwashed.
No, I don't think
You're
so.
brainwashed. You're in the cult.
Hey, I just like stuff that works.
So does mine. You know, I actually have a camera. You know that doesn't take schmoosh.
It's good for being free, dude. A MacBook Air 2? Heck yeah, dude. I'll take one.
I have a MacBook Air 2. It was free from Massachusetts. Commission for the Blind. It's good for being free. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, can't go wrong.
Free computer. Okay, sure. As long as it's not like
stuff that works. Isaac on my end goes, I use Google Pixel and Internet Explorer sucks. You guys can't see that because that's on my end.
Milkman, the Paperboy.
Pokemon Go plus
okay.
review. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna. The chat keeps crashing over here. I'm glad I can see it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where was that one? What happened to the Pokemon Go Plus review? Okay, so I had it, and I still have it, but it's when I recorded it. I recorded the first part. I bought the new computer. All the stuff is on my old computer, and I never transferred it over. So you know what happens with that? Out of sight, out of mind. I totally forgot about it. And I kind of gave, even though I use it for my Pokemon Sleep sometimes, when you press the little button at certain times, Pikachu starts singing a lullaby. And my wife loves it. And she likes to hear it before she goes to bed. So,
aww.
Yeah, it's great. And my wife loves Pikachu. So there you go. Oh, here we go. Okay. What do you think about the Atari 2600 Plus?
I have an original. One of my buddies gave me an original Atari with the joysticks and games and everything. I think I gotta grab that in my mom's.
You can play all those games on the Plus. I might pick it up. My wife and I were talking about it, but neither of us really have much nostalgia for it because our age, by the time we were both old enough, we grew up with the NES. She's the only person I know in the entire world that was able to beat Contra without the Konami code.
Oh my gosh, that game was so hard, dude. A great, phenomenal game, just so freaking hard.
And yes, Atari games do not hold up nowadays, unlike Nintendo.
It's rough.
NES games can still go back and you can play them, but Atari just didn't hold up.
Yeah, it's just pass on 2600, best phone system.
Yes,
the Windows Phone.
Agreed.
I'm not familiar, so I can't have an
history.
Opinion. I can't have an opinion because I've never had one. So,
agreed.
Surface number 1 MacBook sucks.
Agreed. Love the Windows Phone, no apps though. Yes, you are correct. That's the only reason I went to Android. And the fact that they discontinued Windows Phone. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with this. Where we've almost caught up here. I got an Atari VCS a few weeks ago. Still haven't opened it though. Okay, Graham. Where? I even tried to get it on Amazon. Everything's discontinued. Best Buy had it for a while. Discontinued. I'm actually trying to find it, but I also don't want to pay $400-something for it.
Oh,
That's been my problem.
Let me see.
It was the console. At least it's not the Intellivision.
I thought this was vaporware. This is a real thing.
That's the Amico. Yeah, that's the Amico.
The Amico is vaporware.
And what sucks After this, I got more filming to do.
I have more work to
So
do, but I will get that video. I will even set that video as a premiere.
I
Hopefully,
would want to see it, and I'm going to wait. I'm waiting for the countdown.
I know this guy's like,
The
so
good thing
you,
is, I kind of know because as soon as he did it, he texted me and said, "Oh no 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 no!" I was like, now I just want to see the reaction. It
mhm.
was a live reaction, right?
Of course,
Oh yeah.
I had the whole thing in my deep dark black table
Oh,
with my low light, everything like
sorry,
as much as you
sorry,
like.
sorry,
Go ahead.
Cody. Sorry. Hopefully you have a good night if you're still there. Thank you for being here, like always,
Appreciate you,
and
Cody.
I hope Nick decided to use a light during this unboxing
I used a little bit more light
because otherwise it's just going to look like you're reaching into the abyss
into
and
the. I
pulling.
was gonna say the abyss.
Ooh, that could be fun. You're reaching in, just pulling out, pulling this out.
Dude, it's just a big
There was
goodie
a lot
bag
of
of.
cool little things in it,
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
it?
dude. Oh yeah. I was just like, what else
The
is in
thing is,
here?
I had so many things, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I'm just going to fill up the box with what I can, but I also didn't want things to rattle around. So it's
You
I
got
know I
it,
don't
dude.
know
It
if you
was
noticed I
tight,
wrapped in layers.
perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really it was
yeah.
wrapped really well.
So here we go, Graham. I am 43 and played a ton of Atari games. Still have the carts, but the Atari has been on my to fix list for 20 years.
So
Okay, so yeah, then the 2600 plus will actually be probably great for you.
so what do you what breaks on an Atari system? Like what are the things cuz you know like the soldering the parts of the
Uh huh.
boards and stuff like that break off and then you get loose connections and I'm just trying to think what
I
goes
want to say they just wear down.
they just wear it just
They're
because
old, dude.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
Like
like they're
Nintendos, man.
older than me, man.
I have Nintendos, man, and those things don't freaking work, dude. Like they
Yeah,
don't read. And like I bought parts because I've learned how to kind of like fix Game Boys, um, and stuff like that on a very small scale. Like and I'm just curious, like what's the common things that go wrong on Ataris? Because for Nintendos, it's the teeth that grip the console that grip the carts
right.
and they rust and things like that. Or like soldering and stuff and little things like that. But it's mostly the Nintendo can't read the all the little bits and pieces on the cart. Um, I gotta say my best eBay um, fix it purchase. Um, I bought a Game Boy SP with an AG 101 screen, which is a very
Right.
sought after screen. It's the backlit LCD screen, I believe. All there was like a meter, I forgot what it's called, and I opened the thing up. I recased it because it was beat to hell, and I just adjusted a dial on it, and I got the screen to look perfect, and I bought it for like 20-30 bucks. It's worth like $150+ now. So that is
Nice.
me. That is a humble brag from me of me learning how to pretend I know how to repair electronics. Oh. Anyways,
So change the NES pins are easy to change. Easy done twice. Yeah,
they're super
the
easy.
NES on the
Super,
console. Yeah.
super easy to do. You unscrew the whole console, lift up the top, and then there's two, like, literally, like, screws on either side. The problem is like, I've had it working before, and then they stop working. A tiny power button
Now
on the motherboard. I can solder
the
well
thing
enough to
is,
replace it. Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome.
with my NESs, because I've purchased the Retrons, I use those instead, even though they don't play it and it's more of a dump. It keeps me from having to wear and tear on the NES. So that's why I have that. So here we go. Super NES is solder on the motherboard, but the NES is not. You can remove it. Oh, okay. Okay. So,
I gotta
okay.
say, I th- this might be controversial, but I think there's better games on the Super Nintendo by far than there is on the regular NES console.
We don't care, Vix. And if you're being funny, it's not funny.
Hey, Vix, you were watching though. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Hey, yeah,
Thanks
with
for
the
commenting. Did you
interaction.
smash the like
Yes.
button at least?
Even if you hit the dislike, it's still interaction. It still helps us. So that's always good. So hopefully everybody has hit that like button because everybody who watches us likes us for the most part. There's some people, there's some people that hate watch the podcast.
Good.
I don't know why. It's like every week we get like one or two dislikes. I'm like, why are you watching it then?
If you don't like it, then watch the plethora of
There's
other
so
content.
much other content out there.
So much content out there.
There's so much. Oh, I'm gonna leave that there. Gonna leave that there. Thank you.
Oh
ATV.
yeah, it's a great question. NES, SNES, and yes, SNES, and on the best game on is especially racing games. Because you know what is really ingenious, and you guys might already know this, but some of you might not know. Later on in the development of the Super Nintendo games, they started putting extra chips in the cartridges to make the games run better. Like
wait, you don't say something called the FX chip?
I think that's what it was called. It was, but it just made the game so much better, and it was a brilliant idea. It was a brilliant thing to do.
I like this. How do I pin this comment?
Hey, we appreciate you, ATV.
See, there you go. John corrected you.
Yeah, the FX chip. But I gotta say,
Super FX chip.
I gotta say though, man,
they didn't use it enough.
I as much as I want to enjoy Star Fox, that's a real hard one to play. I love Star Fox 64.
Star Fox? Okay.
The Nintendo 64 game is one of my favorite games of all time. But the other two Star Foxes on the SNES is really, really rough. I can't do it. I tried.
That 3D is in the same vein of Atari, if that makes any sense. It's hard. It's so rudimentary that it doesn't age as well as NES or Super NES graphics.
Well,
it doesn't age as well as even PS1 graphic 3D aged better than Super FX. But it's funny because the last game to use the Super FX wasn't even a 3D game. I'm gonna ask you.
Was it a platformer?
Yes, it was.
Donkey Kong 3?
You are incorrect, sir.
And it's a platformer, and the last game to use. I think I know this.
You know this. And the reason why I'm not even going to say anything is because it was about a character that's behind you.
Is it the Yoshi's Island or?
Thank you.
It's Yoshi's Island, huh?
Yep.
That game was phenomenal. I have the Yoshi's Island cartridge. That game was hard. That game got progressively more difficult, man. It was a great game.
Now that makes me think of something I've never
Super
asked
Mario
you.
World is freaking S-tier Mario, dude.
What is your favorite console of all time, Nick?
Oh, okay. Gosh, this is a really hard one for me.
We'll address this in a moment, Dave. I actually want to answer that for you.
I have a special thing for the Dreamcast console. That
is
Super
it your
Nintendo.
Favorite of all time? What is your favorite of all time?
And then the Nintendo 64. Gosh. I'm gonna have to say. Oh gosh, this might change, but I'll say Nintendo 64 because it introduced me to that whole world of Super Mario. We transitioned from Super Nintendo and then we had the PlayStation coming, and the Nintendo 64 with Super Mario blew my mind, and Star Fox, and like I could still remember with the way the carpet smelled at Blockbuster when I was playing Star Fox.
Wow.
I got goosebumps, bro. I got goosebumps thinking about it.
Okay, before I say mine, everybody in the chat, type in your favorite console of all time. Doesn't matter when, where, what era. We're not going to judge you if it's the PS4 or the Intellivision Amico, which never existed. The ColecoVision. How about that? The Commodore 64. We're not even going to judge it.
We won't
But
judge it. We don't.
my favorite, uh, okay, we're going to have to get rid of him.
I'll
He's
say
spamming. Um, I'm going with, you beat me to it, the Nintendo 64.
the Nintendo 64.
Super Nintendo was where my love of gaming just exploded
Mm.
with games like Super Mario, all the Marvel games that I used to play on there, Captain America and the Avengers, Spider Man, X Men, Arcade's Revenge, but Turtles in Time,
Turtles in Time is so good, dude.
the Nintendo 64 gave me games that I still love to this day. WCW NWO Revenge, Star Fox 64, GoldenEye, Super Mario
Dude, think of all
64,
the fun sleepovers we had with GoldenEye.
1080
dude.
snowboarding.
1080, bro. Snowboard. You ever play Snowboard Kids? That was
Yep,
fun too.
but
But 1080 was phenomenal. I forgot about how amazing 1080 was.
Yeah, there was just Mystical Ninja starring Gomon.
Oh
That
god,
even
that
though
game was
the Super
phenomenal.
Nintendo version was good, but the Nintendo
I
64
have the Super
version
Nintendo
was
version just because I love the box art, but it's actually a fun game.
yeah. But the 64 had. I remember when I heard that theme song for the first time, it just
Oh,
stuck in
bro,
my
you're hitting me
head.
in the feels right now. Oh, do they have Goemon
Wave
on?
Race, Wave Race
I will
64,
destroy. My friends won't even play me in Wave Race because I destroy them.
MRC. Their games, MRC Multi Racing Championship. Love that game. Arrow Gauge. I love
Arrow
racing games on
Gauge.
there. Yeah,
Oh my
dude, there's
gosh, I
so
forgot
many
about
games.
Arrow Gauge.
the The Nintendo 64 is what started my love of racing games and F Zero X. I loved F Zero, but F Zero X.
Arrow Gauge,
So
dude. This game has been living rent free in my brain for like vast majority of my life.
Xbox and
Wow.
PS3. Oh, okay, Dave. Hey, is that OG Xbox? You mean the original Xbox? And then ATV says Xbox 360 Halo Special Edition, the
Dude,
olive green.
I had great memories
I
with
have the
my
clear one.
360,
No,
man.
yeah, I had
I
that
had
one. That one
phenomenal
died on
memories.
me.
And now
That
I think about
360
it, I
died on me.
sold it, and I should have never sold it. I had so many arcade games on there. I loved my 360. I didn't even. When I had my 360, I wasn't even thinking about PlayStation, bro. Like
I got a PlayStation 3, but
I had one.
I had more games on the Xbox. Great game. King for the Super Nintendo, fantastic game. Sega Dreamcast. Yes, I will say Sega Dreamcast.
It's a sexy
Clinton, you got
system.
some good choice. Some good. You got a good taste there. I There are games on there that
Love the
I loved.
Dreamcast.
Shenmue,
Have it.
Spawn in the Demon's Hand,
Haven't played
loved
that.
it. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Street Fighter 3
Third
Double
Strike.
Impact,
Yep.
Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. You
Seaman.
know, I never played it, but I
Loved it.
watched. I'm
Loved it.
sure you did.
And I sold it, and I shouldn't have. And it's expensive game to play
Yeah.
and buy, and you can't find the microphone. I shouldn't have. Some games I should have never gotten rid of.
That's a hard one. For, Grem says that's a hard one for me to answer. I have a lot of fond memories with everything from Atari to present. I want to say NES or SNES, but as an adult, the Switch has made it possible to game as an adult. Correct.
Yes, love it.
The
Love it.
Switch I can just take anywhere,
Yep.
no matter where I'm going. I will say with the Xbox Cloud thing lately, it's been a little easy to play Xbox games, but it's still nothing like playing the Switch. And I know I've gotten old, but man, I love me some Animal Crossing. I do not
I
care.
love.
My wife and I
I love that
enjoy
game.
it. We play it. She's got mine glitched. My hour gauge glitched at 260. It says I've never gotten past 260 hours. She's got 1,000 something. But I
Wow.
know I'm up there too. I have to be in the 700 to 800 range now because I've played it almost as much as she has.
I loved how it was kind of weird to get the textures in and create your own textures and get them into the game, but it eventually it works.
Yep. I
That
did it
figures
with,
will.
I created flags. I have a White Ranger flag that I have hanging in my town. And I also have paintings. Well, I guess as paintings as you can make them in my house, I have Skeletor as well. So
Dude, I have a Ninja Turtle
fat fingers
basement.
and little phone.
My flag is the purple tentacle from Day of the Tentacle. So I have purple tentacle
Oh, my
as a flag.
balls.
I have a
There we
little
go.
mountain area in the back next to
Mhm.
the campground where I have a little picture of my dog that passed away a handful of years ago. And there's a little waterfall and a nice little like walkway with gates and waterfall and things, it's like a
You know what?
gravestone.
You know what? You
I
solidified it. We're doing a co-stream of Animal
We
Crossing. That's
have
what
to
we're
do
doing.
it. I want to
That's what we're
show you.
doing.
I want you to come to my island. It's called Buttville. I want you to come to Buttville, and I will give you
Mine,
a tour. I will give you a tour.
mine's called New Poops. My one in New Leaf
Oh
on
my
the
gosh!
3DS was called Poops,
Did we
and
just
this one's
become
called
best
New
friends?
Poops. Yes, we did.
Buttville and New Poops. Oh,
Yes.
we're gonna have to coast. We're gonna have. I want to visit New Poops. You come to Buttville. That's great. That's awesome.
Uh,
Uh,
oh yes, Ready to Rumble on Dreamcast. I played it on Nintendo 64, but the Dreamcast version was
the
chef's
Dreamcast
kiss.
version, dude. I rented that game so much when Blockbuster was still around, dude.
Yeah,
Loved that game. I always played as Afro Thunder?
Afro Thunder. Yeah,
Afro Thunder.
yeah. Okay, because we never wanted to play as the same characters, but my best friend growing up, his name was Chauncey, and he always picked Afro Thunder. I was like, okay, who do I pick? So because everybody loved Afro Thunder because he's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I picked. I can't remember the big dude with the big chin.
Let's look up
I,
character name.
I can't remember, but I would always pick him. And even though I was so much stronger, he would just hit me like I swear like 100 times before I hit him 10. But I would just go boom, and then he would just spin.
The big guy with the chin.
Yeah,
He was. Oh, I have a picture of him, but ah, Ru- not Rumble Man. Rumble Man? No, that guy has a bow tie. That's not him.
no,
Oh, 3 OG Xboxes, 2 Xbox 360s, and 5 Xbox, not counting Xbox Series X or S. Hot damn, dude.
I am actually down. I've consolidated my Xbox collection. I have I now have one OG Xbox. I used to have two. I sold my black one. I have the Halo translucent one. I have one 360 now. I have the 500 gig 360E, and then I have one Xbox One, the OG one. I had the One S. I had the One X. I sold them all because I was like just keeping one of each, and now I have two Series X's, a regular one, a regular black one, the Halo one, and then I have the Black Series S, the carbon black. And I just recently got my wife a white Series S because she wanted to play certain games on Game Pass. Oh, Butcher, Butcher,
That's his
that was
name.
his name. Yep.
I can't find. I can't freaking find it. But Butcher. I forgot about the one character is Big Willie Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, the names
He
back
has
then.
the mustache.
Yeah. Ah, such good games. You know, they don't make games like that anymore. This is my thing. What I tell people, they don't make video games that feel like video games anymore. You notice that? All the AAA games back then felt like video games. That Nintendo 64, that Dreamcast, that PS1 era,
Banjo
they felt like video
Kazooie,
games.
dude, loved that game. Proud owner of that one. Have Conker's Bad Fur Day. Have yet to play it.
Pokemon Stadium. What?
Dude, I need to play Pokemon Stadium, dude. Yeah, I have not played Conker's Bad Fur Day. Proud owner of that cartridge too.
Oh, the Star Wars R2D2 Xbox. You know, I never got one, and I was
Let's take
at
a look.
there are a couple of local game stores that have them, but they're never in good condition. And if they have the console, I can't get the C3PO Gold controller. I think one had it, but it was all scratched to heck.
Hey,
So
that looks pretty legit. I like the way that looks.
the
There's
360,
skins.
the
Yeah,
R2D2.
yeah. There's skins for the Series X, dude. That looks awesome, dude. It looks like
Yeah,
R2D2 because it's a box.
custom skins. Yeah,
Yeah, you get a
custom
custom
skins.
skin on there. That looks great. Speaking of custom skins, I will have to put. I still gonna put that one on my controller.
Oh, remember that? I remember that one.
I'm gonna
Wow.
I'm gonna
See,
look at my.
there was a Gears of War red one that I never
Oh, that
got, and
looks
I really
awesome.
am kicking myself for not
Oh
getting that
man, that
Gears of
looks
War one.
awesome. You should bring that Modern Warfare one up on screen, dude. That thing looks
Let me see if I can
awesome.
find it.
And the
Uh,
controller. Oh, dude. I wonder how much they're going for on eBay.
I hate who was removed from the roster. Okay, yeah, I know that. It always gets me. It's the MW3 Xbox 360.
Yeah. Also, dude, the
Oh,
Baldur's Gate
excuse me.
3 Collector's Edition looks really good, dude. Let's see what eBay. Let's see how
Oh no,
much
I don't
the.
want to buy it.
Let's
Stupid
see what.
eBay.
Let's
No,
see
I'm
what
looking
eBay
just for an
says.
image.
Um,
Just want to see an image. Just want to see it. Can I find a? I can't find a high res.
I don't. I'm
I
not
can
even
find
seeing
the
any on
image of
the.
the
I'm not even seeing
boxes.
any on eBay.
Wow, they're all
Six
really low res images. Have you found a high res image? They're
on
all like
eBay.
super low res.
Yeah.
No, on image search, or that
Yeah,
one's
they're
really
fine.
blurry.
Dante VR, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Podcast,
Here we
appreciate you,
go.
man.
I think that's a
$100.
that's a decent one.
Oh, but does it come with the controller though too, dude? That
What what are
that
you
looks
looking
great.
at?
I'm on eBay, man. I will
I
send it
have
to
almost
you.
every 360 controller with it. You know, I did that for a while with all the Xbox
So,
Series X controllers. You know, I had every Series X controller, and then I went one day and just sold like 75% of them because I was like, I had a closet full of Xbox controllers. Oh my God, it keeps crashing. Was that the last chat? My chat's still crashing. I keep
check out
getting
the
a
eBay
server
link.
issue for 503.
I sent you an eBay link on Discord. Um,
All right, I'll check
have
that out.
almost every 360 controller, but the C3PO. I've got I got a stupid amount of Joy Cons. Ugh. Don't get me started on those things, man.
Well, that's me and Switch controllers. Right now, I have a stupid amount of Switch controllers, and I sold. I had to sell a ton because I have so many. I have every PS5 DualSense controller except for the stupid one, the LeBron James one that just looks like Scribble Scrabble. I'm
Oh
like, why
no.
would you pay that kind of money for something that looks like someone took a black controller and then just wrote uh, some words on it? I'm like, it's terrible. But I'm one of the few people that think that new Spider-Man controller is a weak sauce
Oh, you think it is weak
design.
sauce? It looks pretty nice, man. I like it.
Well, it does, and then you look at it's just a black controller with two pieces, two part the touchpad and the right grip are the only things that have any
Hey, that
detail
Final
on.
Fantasy controller looks great. Do you have
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah. It's nice, but it felt like they got lazy with the design where it just kind of cut off on certain edges. I was like, you couldn't wrap it around a little further. It just looks like it was like a quick print and ship kind of design.
Mm.
So, but I only have, when it comes to Joy Cons, the ones that are on my Switch and one extra pair, which is the green ones, the neon green ones. That's
I
it.
have the neons. I have the neon pink and the whatever came with the neon pink and green, right?
Uh, the
What's
was it
the?
pink?
It's like
Yeah,
a pink,
that
red,
was the
and a green, right? Gosh, I
the
should know.
Splatoon one.
Hell yeah!
Of course, you got the Splatoon one.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
See, I have the Animal Crossing one. My wife has that one as well. I have the red Switch. I have oh, my OG Switch. I have the blue Zelda ones, the ones with the two different blue Zelda, and of course, it's in the living room at this time. And then I have the Zelda OLED and the standard green ones. That's all I have right now.
Have you
But
been?
yeah,
Do you do you like feel bad when you're not playing when you're playing more on one of
yes,
your Switch consoles than the
yes.
other? I would
Oh, with my
too.
Switches or just my consoles?
Particularly with your Switches, do you feel like one Switch needs to get more love sometimes than the other one?
No, I have two that I play. My Switch Lite, which is my Pokemon and certain games I play on my Switch Lite, and then other ones on my main Switch, which is usually whatever the newest one is at the time. And the newest one is my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED, and that's it. So no, but I will say I have every Switch Lite that's been released,
You're
and
crazy.
There's two new ones. I have a thing for Switch Lights. There's two
Clearly.
new ones coming out that I'm getting for my wife,
Let's see.
and it's still going to go in the collection with two Animal Crossing ones. The pink one, which is the Isabelle themed, and then the teal one, which is the Nook themed. So, well, where are we going here? Okay. I missed out on the Harry Potter PS5 controller. It's like Sony doesn't like money. Agreed.
Yeah, yeah, I
I was
agree.
lucky enough where I was online waiting, and boom, got it, and that was it. So now the controller is ranging anywhere from $200 to $400. Stupid, stupid. The God of War one is like 100 something, and I was able to get one of those. And I don't even like God of War. I have special edition Forza Horizon 5 Xbox controller and Cyberpunk controller. The Cyberpunk one I never got, but the Forza one is one of my favorite controllers. It's those wonky yellow, pink, and blue with the great grips. Oh, it's that steering wheel grip. Yeah, that is really cool.
Oh, dude, that's which one? The Xbox Cyberpunk controller?
Yep. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was never able to get that one. I couldn't find that one.
There's one on
I have a
Mercury for
teal
100
Switch Lite. It's
bucks.
just a little too small. Okay, Graham, I'm going to tell you if you feel that the Switch Lite is a little too small for your hands, there are two grips that I would really recommend. One, the first one is it's a brand on Amazon called Mumba, Mumba, and it fits perfect in the hand, and it's more slim. Now, if you want something a little bigger that has full grips, then go to the Satisfy. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, Satisfy," because all the big. It really is a good grip. It really is. So
I have a Satisfy, and I will test. I will say I cannot play the counts. I cannot play the Switch without that grip on.
that 20th anniversary controller is epic. You know what's funny? You know how I think it started with the 20th anniversary Xbox controller that they were giving you themes with it when you would connect it to your Xbox. All of them got deleted.
What? Why would they do
They
that?
did they did the OS update and I lost all of them.
Oh, this person
But
selling the Xbox One controller. Sorry to interrupt for 100
hey,
bucks.
D Man,
D-Man
better
Gaming
late
was
than never,
popping.
D Man. Yeah, yeah. You missed all the spicy content. Now we're on the fun part, the our side
Side
quest.
quest.
So this is the longest side quest we've ever been on. The
Yeah.
longest. So because you guys are giving a lot of good comments, a lot of good questions. I'm really enjoying that. Thank you guys. That version of the 20th anniversary, I didn't like the looks. Bad. The
It's not bad.
Starfield one,
It, it looks the 20. I'm looking at the 20th anniversary one right now for Xbox. I like it, and the green in the
I
back.
like that clear smoke
It's
that you can see in it. It looks really good,
yeah.
but I have to reconnect it to my Xbox to get that theme back. And I'm like,
Starfield,
fine
baby.
then.
Starfield controller right here. I love it. I have not even
I think
played
it's
it
an
with.
amazing looking
I have not played the
controller.
game with this at all, even yet. I've been playing mouse and keyboard, dude, and I
It's
don't know
okay.
if it'll
No one's
be.
perfect. It's fine. It's okay. You're a PC guy. You're a weeb.
Oh, you know what I have? You know what I have? That
Hmm.
my Xbox custom when they.
Inferiority complex.
Yes, I have.
Don't all PC gamers have that?
No, this
You're
has.
like, no, just me.
This is my Portal themed colored Xbox controller. Like it says, click to enlarge on the bottom, and I
You know
have it
what?
orange. It's Aperture Labs.
I'm
I love
going
it.
to
I love
let
this
me
orange.
can I how do I turn off my my thingy here? Okay, stop cam. All right, I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna go grab mine. I don't want you guys to see crack
Oh,
because my
your
pants are
butt
falling
crack.
down.
Now
Yep.
let's
Yeah.
here, but I'll check out this. Like I said, this I if I had the money, I would get the Cyberpunk controller. I'm looking. It's 100. Someone's selling. Has a bunch of them, and they're on eBay for 100 bucks. Um. So Isaac on my end says, "Sell me your Switch." Nope, nope. I have the OG Switch now. The old OG Switches, you can hack because of the hardware that's on it. The newer
You know what's kind
ones,
of funny?
hmm.
this is starting to feel like a regular podcast now after we got all the nonsense out of the way. I think that's why we're running so much longer, because we stuck so much on the stuff that just made us go ugh,
Yeah, yeah,
that we needed to get it out of our system and start talking about some fun stuff.
yeah. I
But
agree.
that is my custom controller
I like it.
for
That's a
Xbox.
great color combo.
Orange, blue. And it's funny because at the time I was looking at buying a new Camaro, and I was going to get in either orange and blue. So those colors are the ones I was like, all right, I'm going to make um, my controller in the colors of the new Camaro that I wanted to get. Yeah, when I got my Camaro, it was black. Because they either had the black LT1 or the black RS,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I want the V8, so I went with the LT1.
Well,
But that's all they had.
yeah. Man, I think those Camaros are fantastic. A neighbor of mine has one down a handful of blocks away from me. Black with the red line on it and the red line on the rims, and it looks cool.
Well, the neighbor 2 houses behind me just got one, and he's one of those guys. Okay, it's a ZL1. It's a race day one. The problem is he does the one thing that irks me. They got a dual car garage, right?
Hmm.
Actually, that house has a triple car garage, but he leaves it in the driveway and puts one of those inflatable bubble things over it. And I'm like, just put it in your driveway. Just put
Just
it in
put it
your
in the
garage,
garage,
dude.
man.
Just put it in the dang garage.
I,
But my new truck, won't fit in my garage. It's
yeah,
actually too big for my
that wouldn't even fit
garage.
in my garage. I want to go back to the comments. John says
Oh, where we
he
go?
says I'm a PC guy too, but console is number one. And D Man
Where
Gaming,
is
I
that?
really love the
Okay.
Spider Man PS5 controller. We were talking about that. I think it looks pretty good. And
I just think the design was lazy. I think they should have wrapped around a little more. I think they should have pulled it more across. They literally only painted two of the pieces of plastic. That bothered me. Maybe they should have added a little, like in the Harry Potter one. There's a wand hidden on one of the parts. So I think they could have done more there instead of it just being a black controller with two parts painted. But
my
I'm also comparing it to what Microsoft does. Microsoft special editions are nuts. When they make a special edition like that Forza one, they go all out. They go ham. So
I'm letting people know on my end. There's a few. If you guys want to participate in the comments up here on screen, just go over to Red Bandana Gaming's live right now. I did post it in the chat. I have an OG
yeah,
Switch. I
because
never upgraded.
we're like,
Yeah, same. I haven't even.
thank you guys for being very active. Like this is the most active we've had people in our side quest since we've started doing the side quests. And thank you guys for that. We really appreciate this. We're really enjoying it. And that's why I think we're going so much longer, because you guys are being very active.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much. And hey, if you guys keep going until we say we're done, we'll just keep going. So, but it's only 10:37. It's not bad. It's
We'll
not
go
bad.
for a little
Oh,
while
my
longer.
time. Yours you're
9:37, and then I'm gonna grab a beer and I have to work. I have a big project to go out.
So, and there we go. Yes, that is one thing that people told me. It is Goku colors. And I didn't think about that until after I made my controller. I just wish the text right here that has your gamer tag or whatever you choose to
Put it
put
in
on it,
white.
like mine, they only do it in, it is white, but it's one font. I wish they would change the fonts. I wish they would have custom fonts. That's the only thing. So what do we have here? We have two. This is the best. Oh, okay, okay. I was trying to think of what, because I think it does that mean
Here
you're
we go.
pooping, John? Does that mean you're dropping the kids off at the pool? I'm considering placing the thermal paste on my launch switch. Been meaning to overclock it. Be careful with that.
Yeah, be careful with that. And not only
I've
that,
seen people do that, and it just burns the whole thing up, even with replacing the paste.
you know what Zelda game I loved was
And it locks your console out. There are times where it'll lock your console out, and you won't be able to play any of your digital games or get on Switch Online.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful with that. But I'm bringing up the Zelda game because there's a point where there's a massive frame drop, and you can't. It's nice. there's massive frame drop, and even if you were to overclock the console, it will not fix the frame drop. It's a built-in design thing that
Well,
can't be
yep,
fixed. Yeah,
I heard about that.
yeah. I forgot which
Uh,
Zelda game it
the
was,
the
but
modern the advanced warfare controller. I remember that. I actually had all those Halo controllers from the 360. I didn't Halo Special Edition, but yeah, yeah. But see, he just mentioned it. Yeah,
is it?
I
Oh
have the.
wow! Wait,
Yeah.
does it have the gold on it and it's gray? Dude, this is a
You
nice.
do realize you can put bring images up too.
I know, but the problem is I don't want to. I don't. Because I have my stream mirroring this full
Oh
screen.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
then I'm
yeah.
going to
I
have
get
to
that. Yeah,
drop out of the full
yeah.
screen. And, dude, Xbox One Limited Edition Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Wireless Controller. This thing looks awesome. Oh, man. You choking there. It's going down the wrong. It's going down the wrong tube. This is a good looking controller, guys. I don't know if I could put the Amazon link in the. I don't think it'll allow me.
Oh, sorry about that. Went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't get the Xbox Halo Special Edition, but
Oh,
Logan did. The Elite
sorry about
Halo
that, guys.
controller, that's hard to get. Let's see here.
Yeah, I tried to get the Elite Halo controller and I couldn't.
Oh,
It's
is that
just the
with the
green one.
orange
I
D?
couldn't get
That's
it.
with the orange D pad with that
Yeah,
awesome Halo
yeah.
green. That looks frick, man. These
Okay. Now,
$299,
yeah,
$389. Are you kidding me?
yeah. I tried to order it and I couldn't. So, all right. ATV? Did you see it in person or just online?
That's a nice
You know
controller,
that.
dude.
Do you know how many people they gave that controller to? They gave it to random randos that have nothing to do with gaming or the Ninja Turtle um, influencers. Sure, I guess. And I'm like, Microsoft gave you those, but the guy who opens and reviews every one of their controllers ever, with thousands of views on their controllers videos, and who used to work for the I used to work for the company. That's why they don't give me crap. Oh, just in case you didn't know, I used to work for them.
For Microsoft?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh.
yeah. And I know some people in Microsoft, and yeah, see,
That is, dude, these are some really good looking controllers. Like the Cyberpunk one I want. I'd love to have this Halo
I saw
Elite
it
one.
online. What's Chivu? I don't know what Chivu guys is.
Online
I don't know what that is.
Chivu guides.
My buddy is fighting to get the Spider-Man plates for us. Okay, those are ridiculously stupid. Like Sony was like, "Hey, we're gonna make a limited edition, a limited number of those. But hey, if you want the console, just walk into any Best Buy or GameStop and go pick it up." Oh, Amazon. You can order them right now on Amazon, the consoles. But the plates, God forbid you get a hold of those plates. The controllers, everyone was like going nuts over the controllers. And then all of a sudden, everyone got them. I'm like, every gaming YouTuber, D-Man got one. I was like, okay, I saw his. I was like, all right, he got it. And then I was like, and then I see more and more people. I'm like, okay, everybody got it. So I was wondering why my video didn't do as well. But PlayStation videos don't do well on my channel.
So
I've been watching them. It's Xbox videos do the best, then Switch, and then PlayStation. So it's just my audience. So that's why I've decided to focus more on Nintendo and Xbox. If people are wondering,
check this out. So Dante on my
oh,
side,
Chivo Guides
it's
is a YouTuber. Okay,
oh, he's a
okay,
YouTuber.
thanks.
Xbox
Okay,
achievements. Primix is it's Pimax. Pimax Portal turns into a VR headset, and it's a little handheld. It looks like it looks like a little Switch, but what is it? 4K hybrid VR gaming system. Oh wow, okay, that is interesting. That
so
is really
so
interesting. Go ahead.
well, that was random. Where did that come from?
Dante on my side on my
Oh,
stream
okay,
on
okay,
my
okay,
chat.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I'm a little lost there,
all
but
good.
all right.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, D-Man's, the reason I think Sony decided not to make so many plates is because they'd rather you buy the whole console. and they know that there are people that have the PS5 but they want that Spider-Man. So instead of just selling plates, they'll just go out and buy another console. And that's what they're banking on. So they can say, hey, we sold another console, when really someone already had it and they were just buying it just for the design. But Microsoft used to do the same thing about it. Hey, and look at Nintendo. How many people buy Switches just because Nintendo does a different design?
If I had the
Especially with
money, I
Switch
would.
Lights.
Dude, I would buy that Tears of the Kingdom, aka Breath of the Wild 2 console any day, dude.
You can still find them at Targets, WalMarts. Are we allowed to shop at Target again? Are we allowed to shop at
I
Target
think
again?
we are.
Let me check the boycotts messages.
Let me check if my
Let me
light's
check
still on.
the.
My one indicator light. Yeah.
Let me see. Are they saying we're allowed to do it? Okay, we are. But yeah, no one's drinking Bud Light anyway, so we're not
I
doing that
don't even
one.
drink that crap.
I'm sorry. I never have. I'll get to this comment in a moment. I'm sorry. I'm a beer guy, but I love me some Yingling. I've discovered Yingling Flight
Hmm.
because I normally drink stouts and porters. Now we're going on a side quest to the side quest. I just saw a pub in the side quest, so I'm going over there now.
Hmm.
And I love. I'm a beer guy. You know that. We talk about it quite a bit. I love
Hmm.
stouts and I love porters. I love me a good red ale as well. But when you want to drink something that's low in carbs but still tastes good and is a lighter beer that has less calories, Yingling Flight is fantastic. And sometimes, you want something that's not as heavy depending on what you're eating.
Hmm.
And I have one that I had earlier today. It's actually right here while I was recording. Yingling Flight. Fantastic beer. Fantastic.
I've been getting
I don't
into the
know.
wheats. Allagash White is the one right now. It's good. It's turning to fall over here. It's a good fall beer too. Good old Allagash
So
White.
I've had yesterday I went to Food and Wine Festival over at Epcot, and I had a Brazilian black lager. It's almost like a stout.
I was
Like
gonna
if
say
I
that
thought
it
it
would
would be
have
a
to be a
stout,
stout,
but
dude.
it's
If
called
it's
a black lager.
hmm.
It, it's
Is it
it's
heavy like a stout?
no,
Hmm.
it's a little heavier than a regular lager, but it's got almost like a taste of a stout. So it's really weird. It's really nice. And then I had a Kilkenny's over in Ireland, and then I had some kind of Australian beer as well. So now we'll come back. We'll do a beer. We'll do the beer cast one
Grem's,
day.
yeah, one day. Grem's taking off. We appreciate you, man.
Okay, Graham. Thank you so much. Thank you for being around. We appreciate everything. Appreciate you being here, and glad you enjoy it. He doesn't. John doesn't like beer, but Graham does.
More of a vodka guy myself, but a beer every once in a while.
Um, so this may happen with every new Sony exclusive game now. They'll make a console and less plates. Yeah, I can see that happening. Uh, John saying my wife drinks beer like Blue Moon. Yeah, yeah, actually.
I got sick off the Blue
Oh,
Moon. Like,
oh, this is why we love you, Graham.
Graham, oh man, so generous, dude. We
Thank you.
appreciate
Yeah,
you, dude. Really,
you
really
know what?
appreciate that.
You know what? You know what? Thank you, Graham. You are the man. You are the man. Who do we have today with the super chats? We have Dave and Graham hitting up the super chats. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. I know Dave started out early, and Grandma was like, "Bye. Here's money. Thank you.
Yeah,
We love
it
you.
was very
We,
generous.
we, we
Like,
love you
hey, I
so
gotta go.
much."
See you later. Here's $10.
You know the other night, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. As soon as we logged off, I look and I see a comment. He's like, "Dang, I missed it. Just missed it." He literally came in right after we did it and commented saying missed it. I felt really bad. I was like, we should have waited 10 more minutes,
Mm,
and then we could have gotten Graham in here and had a nice long conversation. But there are some nights where we just can't run long.
hmm.
I'm actually happy that this is our longest podcast, I think. And I want to thank everybody really so much for staying in here as long as you guys do. So I don't know how we're going to be able to do this in the future. If we can still run long like this, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I really hope all you guys who are in here right now will support Nick's future endeavors because he just got future endeavored. There you go. See
I
you
got
later.
future endeavored. I have future endeavors. I have some things I got
But
to put in place and everything, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I will definitely be letting everybody know when everything gets ready. Probably the day before on my social medias. Which shameless plug, everything's at Click to Enlarge. That's where you'll find me. Look at this D
look at
man.
this guy. Look at this
Look at this
guy. Look at this
guy.
guy, D Man. Now, one thing is, I've watched some of D Man's videos lately because I didn't realize he was a YouTuber until just recently. So I subscribed and then started watching, and then I was like, I have not seen. I don't even know if he goes live, and I was like, wait, does D Man even go live? And I've not got any notifications for that. I was like, does he do anything? So I'm gonna look it up because I've seen some of his. Stop that! Stop that! No, you stop that! Don't you hate when your computer decides to do prediction text? I hate that. So
No, I shut that stuff off.
okay, that's why I haven't seen any of his live. His last was 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So, but yeah, he said, wow, he only has 736. You know what? We should get him on here once. Maybe we'll help him get to 1,000. We need to really help him. And he's got some decent views for someone who doesn't
Oh,
even have 1,000.
he says he's
Yeah.
on Twitch mostly.
Ah, that's why. That's why. So I was like, we should we should get you uh to 1,000. But okay, I'm rarely on Twitch, so okay, that's good.
Look at this. Look at
And then
John.
John's like, I'm gonna slide in there
You
at the end.
slide in
Thank you,
there.
good sir. Thank you. I appreciate everything. But you know what? John does something that a lot of people don't even think about doing. He buys merch. He buys
Mm.
merch. He's actually been featured in videos. There was one time where he came up to visit me, and him and his wife both wearing red bandana gaming
Oh,
shirts.
that's
And I'm
awesome.
like,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Now,
So
Dante on my side, he says
it's
that
not so much.
he's thinking that this Pimax or whatever Portal is going to be the next big console. I disagree. I
Okay.
said Nintendo can't be Nintendo.
Is it the one that you stand in the circle and then?
No, it just looks like looks like a little Nintendo Switch. And I said Nintendo's got the handheld down. Nothing will beat Nintendo. And then I
Right.
said second
Agreed.
comes the Steam Deck. So imagine the Portal is just like the one
I told you I came this close to buying the Asus.
the Asus thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Asus thing. And I said,
Yeah.
well, the Steam Deck has Steam behind it. You know,
Right.
the whole software and everything, but nothing's gonna beat Nintendo, man. I know Dante. I don't have
Nintendo's
merch.
Nintendo.
Red Bandana has merch. I have a lot of ideas for a lot of different merch. I just have not put stuff together.
You have to get monetized to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of different designs for the podcast, and I might even make a shirt with this guy's face on it. Oh, this stupid chat. I hope nothing's going on. It keeps crashing.
No,
So I might make it and put like the worst picture of his face on it,
let's not do that.
just for.
For shoots and shoots, shites and shites.
That's actually what I was thinking. I was like,
Shoots
how
and
am I gonna
shoots.
edit that in my head?
No.
Because I already have there. If you check out, if you guys are on right now, you don't have to click away. No, here it doesn't have it on the live stream, but underneath any of my videos or on the main page, you can click on uh you can click on the store button. Did they move the store button? I think they moved my store button. Yes, they did. I just realized they moved my store button. So they made a tab, but if you go to the tab that says store, you can see it, and there is a shirt that has an NES cartridge on it with my face on it, and I did that
Oh, that's
for
funny.
my wife because she thought it was hilarious, and I ended up getting one myself and one for her. We wore it to MegaCon. Now, if you actually go to the full website, there is an entire blanket that has me on it that you can buy and cover yourself up in me. But again, the reason I did it is because my wife thought it would be hilarious. So I made it ordered one for her and said, you know what, I'm going to throw it up there, see if anybody buys it. Guess what? Nobody bought it. Nobody wants to
I
cover
own a
themselves
shirt.
up with me.
I went to a Phil Collins concert years ago, and I bought a shirt that just has a bunch of Phil Collins faces on it, and I wore it to the concert. The older women loved it.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait, John, you're going fast here. Lenovo Legion Go is better. Uh, I will still buy two. I need to get yes. I created socks. You know why there's socks on our page, on our merch page? No one's going to buy Red Bandana Gaming socks, but John. John wants the socks, so I was like, you know what? You asked me to make socks. I'm going to make socks.
You have a good place that can make some socks? I'm down. I should design some socks too.
It's all through Spring. It used to be Teespring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to check that
So,
out.
and then no, he keeps saying, "What about bed sheets?"
Bed
I'm like, "It's
sheets.
so weird, but hey, if I can get bed sheets made, I will get bed sheets made."
And a pillow. How about that? He'll make a pillow too.
We have pillows. We have
You have
pillows.
pillows?
I have two in my house. My wife has one in her office, and then in my chair in my living room, I have mine.
Nice, dude.
But yes. So, and I am going to make some stuff for the podcast. So everybody who loves watching the podcast, if you want to support, hey, I'll put it. I'll make two variations. One, actually, I'll make three. One with just the logo, so you can just have the logo. Another one with my face on it, and then another one with his face on it,
I'll do it.
and then maybe a fourth one that has us both on it.
Isaac goes
And
socks
then
fetish.
if Gabe ever comes back, I'll put him on it. If
No, man's
what
busy.
what what are we saying here? I always wear theme socks, so I'd buy. Dude, again, show it. This is going to be the weirdest thing, but if you buy the socks and you're wearing them, you take a picture of your feet. We'll post that picture of your feet.
I know Dante's a big component of Opus. Have you been using that red bandana? Which
Opus
one?
Clip?
Yeah. Are you? Did
Yeah.
you run out of your? Are you paying for the? Are you paying for the service now, or?
No, I have, I think, 4 or 5 different email accounts that I sign in with it to get to
Do you
use
know
it.
like those clips that I sent you, man? I just go on and use for those. I just use the clip editor on Twitch, and I
Uh-huh.
put that together in 2 minutes, and then I'm
Yeah,
done.
the thing is, I was like, why does the audio sound so weird?
I
Like
don't
you
know.
sound you're far away, and then I sound tinny, and
I
I was
don't.
like, I went back and I was like, we sound
We
completely
sound
different.
we
in the,
sound
yeah,
fine. We sound fine, especially on your end. It might be on my end because it's a pull.
done.
Both
So
of your
there's gonna be
faces.
one. There's gonna be one that has it, and then both of our faces. But you know what? We need like the best possible images, the faces where we're
We need something weird and expressive.
like, or
I
something
do I
just
do this I
odd.
do this one face where like I'm confused.
See, I do the
Oh
Hogan thing.
man.
So yeah, I do that. I could do that. This stream is awesome, and I get to rewatch it tomorrow at lunch. Dude, if you want
It's
to
a
rewatch
nice
it,
long
yeah,
one. Thank you. It's a good
yeah,
long one.
that's what she said.
Hey,
Hey, well, it fits with the content
it
of the
does.
podcast.
It does.
You know what's funny that I don't know how many people will end up watching this afterwards. I thank everybody who does watch it afterwards because, like, even on our worst podcast where we'll have like 20 something people watch the entire thing, within a day or two, it hits 100+ views. It usually caps out around that 100 mark, and then after a few days, it because I guess the topics aren't searched.
Mm.
But as you guys know, we do the podcasts are always about what's popping. Is kind of what we do, and that's kind of what you're supposed to do. So this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. We've stayed consistent with viewers. We've dropped a few, but hey, thank you guys for being here, everybody. I really and then again, I don't know if anybody's left, but again, Dave, Graham, D-Man, John, thank you all. That was great. And then soon, oh, I keep about to say it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be quiet and say
I have what did you say it was? I'm doing a thing. I'll be doing a thing soon.
you have been futured endeavored from the podcast. No,
I've been endeavored. I've been
you
future
have future
endeavored.
endeavors.
Yes.
This has been a good time for what I've been in here for. You know what? Um, D-Man, I'm actually glad you didn't have to sit through the first 50 something minutes because it wasn't fun.
Well, no, it's just addressing these unnecessary
This nonsense.
ideologies and BS into video games, and we just want to play games and have fun. And we don't really.
Yeah.
It's a topic
And
that we really don't care to talk about.
I'm going to tell you one thing I've learned from being on YouTube, especially the last year. I think I've learned it more than anything. A lot of people don't like it and they're tired of it and they just want to say, hey, let's talk about video games and have fun. And that is the thing I love most about this podcast. So if you're still here, I'm going to say we do have a few guests coming soon, like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. Two guys are from Geeks and Gamers. Uh, Not who you may think. One of them you might think. And then I'm looking at a couple of other people who are actually theme park, theme park YouTubers and bloggers.
It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. We'll get some more
And the
guests
thing
on
is,
here, and
I
it'll be
know we're
cool.
a gaming one, but all of them touch or address gaming topics too. But I think it's fun to like change things up a little bit and have different guests from different perspectives and different channels as well. We've had gamers from guests from all across the spectrum, I guess you could say. We've had RGT85, we had Jake James Uga. Oh no, it's Alex. We've had Jack Zilla, Wicked Virtue. So I am trying to get more of the ladies on here, but Nick made a good point last week. But hey, if you have anybody that you want to be on the podcast, reach out to them and say, hey, get in contact with us or let us know, and then we'll try to reach out to them as well. Uh, yeah, the theme park YouTubers. One, I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff because I'm a fan of theme parks, especially Universal. I used to be a big Disney guy, but with the way that politics aside, Disney has raised their prices up quite a
Yeah,
bit,
dude.
and they've really taken a big poo poo on annual pass holders. So yeah, and SeaWorld, I had the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens annual pass, and then we were like my wife and I were talking about not renewing them, and then they're like, hey, look, they renewed. What? We had it on auto renew, and lo and behold, we were in for another year. So we do all that. I don't really take pictures unless it's just us
You gotta
together,
just
or
enjoy it, man.
I don't really do videos. I know that I'm like, you know what, this is me and my wife's time. That is
Yeah,
our time.
that's important.
That's
That's
our us
great.
time. So everybody's got that thing where they're like, yeah, I can make content out of it. And as a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or whatnot, as a influencer, whatever you want to call yourself, it becomes a thought that's uh, foremost in your mind about what you can make content out of.
Hmm.
But there are things, again, the theme park. I did at one point, but now I'm just like, nope, that's my relaxing time to spend with my
Yeah,
wife,
I
and
don't blame you for that.
it's
I
a
don't
fun
blame
thing.
you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hey, look at that. We reached the 2 hour mark. That's the first time we've ever done that.
First time for 2 hours,
There's a
man.
first time. Yeah, and we're glad we're hey, we've still managed to keep some people in here. I remember the last time we went for almost 2 hours. It got to the end and we had like two people, and we're like,
Yeah, it
yeah, this is why
happens.
we don't go this far.
Yeah,
But the fact that people kept going, and I really appreciate, and you guys are fantastic. If you have any other questions, remember drop in the chat. Otherwise, I think we're gonna wind it down. What
yeah,
do you
we gotta
think,
wind it
Nick?
down. Yeah, I'm ready. I have to get back to work here. So, but this was
So
fun.
yeah,
This was a good
I have
break.
to. Good night, John. That's thanks for being here, and be legendary. See, he likes that.
Appreciate you, John.
So again, thank you guys so much. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you guys for watching. And if you've made it to this point, or if you're just listening to us, yeah, Cody, I know you're out there somewhere. We're going to try to look into that Spotify. I'll do it. At some point. I'll do it. So, but thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of you.
E-Man, Graham, thank you guys.
And if you haven't already, again, hit that like button. That really helps. Let me see the poll. The poll's at 88% yes. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And I think we're going to call it a night. Are you ready to call it a night,
Yeah,
Nick? That's only
I'm gonna
2 hours and 4 minutes at this
shout
point.
out to a couple people in my chat. Dante, always
Shoot them
appreciate
out.
you, man. Always coming in here. He's always hooking up with some news and stuff for me to cover. He's getting his 3D printer soon. He's going to try to start his own business, so I'm excited for him. Shout out to Isaac. Isaac always comes in. Appreciate you guys.
So thank you guys so much. And now I finally updated it because what do you call it? StreamYard is not the friendliest with it, but I've linked it in the description below. So after this chat or right now or whenever you're done, you can click on excuse me, not that. Click to enlarge and go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. But I think everyone in here has subscribed, and if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Do it. He broke the 1,600 mark.
I'm super excited for that, man. I hit the
now
16.
We got to get you to 2K.
Yeah, I got to get that 2K. It can't be that hard to get me to 2K by the end of the year, man.
I think you can do that. I had a big drop last month. It was a rough month for me last month, and I'm trying to hit 7K by the end of the year. Hopefully, I can do it before, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much. If you're still there, if you're still watching, good night, Graham. Good night, D-Man. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Thank
really
you, Dante.
Appreciate it. And everybody on Click to Enlarge Nick's stream. Good night to you guys out there. Thank you for watching us too. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I really, really appreciate you all. Like we always say,
is my new theme playing? The theme I made
for you? It will
be
playing. Oh, okay. Definitely.
All right, cool.
Definitely, we're gonna close it out with that epic theme.
Dude, it's so good. It's such a good theme.
The theme is the new theme going forward.
Yeah.
But the little video you're going to see was something I quickly threw together, so we have something. We're going to create something.
All right, just making sure. But no, close her out.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to his channel, Nick's. Do that as well. Like we always say, be legendary.
Be legendary, guys.
Thanks again. And here it goes. You guys ready? You ready?
Do it.